everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and this is the Blessed Daisy Budgets. On this channel, we're going to be budgeting using the cash envelope system. We'll be doing sinking funds, savings challenges, and a little bit more as we go, as I learn. This is my very first video. I'm brand new to this cash envelope system. We will be budgeting weekly using my money that I get from my retirement and then also my paychecks that I get from home health care. So, like I said, this is our very first video. Brand new to this. I stumbled across a video on YouTube back in March, and I was intrigued by this method that I'd never heard of. I'm in my 50s and I was actually surprised I've never heard of it before. And I have tried to budget before by writing down my income and then writing down my bills, and this is what I should pay, and I've never been successful with that. So I thought maybe this is the method that I need in order to get my finances under control, be able to actually have a savings account and have an emergency fund and build 3 to 6 months ahead. That would be amazing, and pay off some debt. So we're going to give this a try. I really think that we're going to be successful this time. I've watched a lot of videos since then, and I see a lot of people having success out there using this method. I mean, I'm certainly no financial advisor, so anything that I do that is helping my family may or may not, be something that would be good for you. So you just kind of have to do what's good for your family. And if you see something that I'm doing that is confusing and you think, here's an easier way to do this, feel free to leave me comments, on what you do. And, not necessarily what you do is going to be good for me or work for me, and what I do is not necessarily going to work for you. However, somebody reading the comments might actually read what's working for you, and that might just be what sets them up for success, using whatever your method is. So yeah, feel free to leave me comments, and we'll go ahead and just get into this. So today we should have $1,692. Let's go ahead and get this counted. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 50, 9, 50, 1,000, 50, 1,100, 50, 250, 3, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 96, 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75, 85, 92, 1,692. I need some of that. I used to work at a bank, and we would have this stuff called SortQuick. I think that's the brand name that we used. It's a fingertip moistener. And so we would have that to be able to get a better grip on the money when we're counting it out. That way it's a lot easier. It doesn't try to stick together so bad. So I need to get some of that, but okay, here we go. So I'm kind of excited to start this. Like I said, I've not had any success prior to this, so I'm sure I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm going to change things up. I already know I've made mistakes because, like I said, I started back in March watching the videos, and I've tried to actually get this going, and I keep putting it off, and here we are the first week of June, and I've done nothing. I have put some money away for savings challenges, but I've done nothing to actually get started, because I think, I have to have all the right envelopes, I have to have all the right this. You do not have to. If you're like me and you're putting this off and you think that everything has to be perfect before you start, those were just excuses for me. I know that not everything, there's nothing that's perfect in this world. And the important thing is to get started. That's what I finally told myself. I'll work out the mistakes and everything as I go, and hopefully learn more as I go from comments that you leave me and ideas. So, okay, we have just refinanced. I spent most of my life as a single mom, and had 3 boys. My 2 oldest are out, married. My middle child, he has 3 boys of his own, so grandma. And then my youngest son, when he was 9 weeks old, his dad shook him, so he has cerebral palsy. So he's here with me at home still. And his name is Matthew. You'll probably hear me talk about Matthew a lot. But last year, I ended up meeting a wonderful man, and we did get married. And now he has 4 children, and so now I have 7 children. And I have 5 grandbabies because his 2 daughters each have a boy. So I have 5 grandbabies, and they're all boys, and they're just all just so adorable and great, and I just love them so much. Anyway, so I'm gonna be budgeting for my household. I'll be adding some more things in as I go, for grandbabies and stuff like that. But again, I just wanted to get started, and I already know I'm missing some envelopes from what I need monthly. But we ended up just refinancing our mortgage, and because he moved into my house with his youngest son. His 3 other children are out on their own, and we have his youngest son every other week. So we've had to move some things around, and we're trying to work on actually getting a bigger house that we fit in. So that's kind of a goal, as well as a handicap van for us to be able to transport Matthew. So that's why we're starting this budget, to try and get things under control and get things on track and get them going. So for our mortgage is going to be $1,700 a month. So we're going to be putting away $425 a week. So we have 1, 2, 3, 425. Okay, here I go. This is my first envelope. It's so exciting. That's so exciting. Wow, I didn't realize it would feel this good to do this. Wow. So anybody else out there who's new to this, or even people that have been doing this for a while, how did it feel when you stuffed your very first envelope? Were you as excited to start this journey as I am? Wow, I'm smiling from ear to ear. This is great. Okay, so for utilities, we're gonna do $150. And our utilities are not generally $600 a month. However, last year we did have a $600 electric bill, and $500 in January and $500 in February, and it's because the prices raised, cost of energy. I mean, they had all these explanations and additional fees that they had to add on. And anyway, we're going to be budgeting. We're going to let this build up so that when we get to the winter time, if we get hit with another large bill like that, it doesn't shake us like it did this last year. Okay, so property taxes, we are putting in $52 for those. Those come due, we'll get our notice the first part of the year, and then they come due about April. So house maintenance, we'll be doing $80 for that, so 50, 70, 80. I tend to want to put my denominations larger to smaller. out of habit from working at a bank. But I've realized that it is easier to do it this way when you go to count it. So I'm trying to switch. You might see me try and break that habit as we go. So for vehicle, my vehicle payment's pretty large. It's $1,100 a month, so we'll be doing $275 a week for that. So $250, $275, and it's so large. It's a large payment because I chose a smaller term. I chose a 3-year term to get a better interest rate, and so at the time, it seemed like it was going to be pretty doable. But I only have about 1.5 years left on this, and then we'll probably take that and put it towards the house to kind of try and pay that down a little bit quicker. Vehicle tags, mine just came due last month in May. So we'll be budgeting for this next year, and we're going to be putting away $80 for that. And then for vehicle maintenance, I bought the maintenance plan when I bought my vehicle. So they said it covers everything except for tires. And so far it has. It covers windshield wipers, alignment, oil changes. So far it's been great. So right now basically I'm budgeting for tires. So I'm putting away $25 for that. Insurance, I'll be doing $45. For groceries, I'll be putting away $60 for that. I'll be doing the same thing for household shopping. So groceries is just that, it's food. Household shopping will be for things like, paper towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent, those kinds of things. So we're doing $60 for that as well. And then online shopping, I am trying to cut down on, but it's, I do tend to, I'm an Amazonaholic. I'm going to admit it. And I'm really trying to cut down on that, but right now I'm only going to put in $50. And hopefully that will, tell me that's my limit, and we'll see if I can keep that to $50 a week, hopefully less, and we can build that up and maybe roll it into something else. But for right now, $50. Subscriptions, we're going to do 30. We do have a lot of subscriptions. We have some that are free, some that we pay for, and we're actually going to be taking a pretty hard look, making a list of what we have, what we're using, what we're not using, and just kind of maybe try and cut down. This is mostly streaming versus anything else. I do a couple of things for my business that I'm going to be starting up again, and we'll talk more about that, but that's not going to be in this. Medical dental, we are doing $20 for that. I just ended up paying off a medical bill from last year, so this will just kind of go towards anything that comes up as far as like prescriptions or anything like that. My husband takes care of the insurance part through his job, so that's taken care of. We just have to kind of start banking for the unknowns. It's not so much if something happens, it's probably like when. So savings, we're gonna do 100 in that, and we're gonna do 50, 70, 80, 95, 100. And I'm picking those denominations because I'm going to actually end up using this money for savings challenges, not an actual savings account, not yet. We're doing savings challenges. I think I'm going to let this build up for the entire month, and then at the end of the month do a savings challenge where we have the extra money, or the bigger amount of money. We do have a savings challenge video coming up, and I'll have quite a bit of money that I've been saving since March in order to do that. So the first one's going to be a lot of money that we'll be doing on that one, and I'm super excited for that. So for pets, we are going to be putting away $25. This is one that we will most likely need to put more away. We do have quite a few pets, so we'll probably end up adding more to that one. So for my business, I do want to get that started up again. I used to make candles and soaps and lotions and shampoo bars and bath bombs and all kinds of goody stuff. Also handmade greeting cards. I'll be making budgeting items as well, like envelopes and stuff like that, savings challenges. So I'm just trying to get this started again. Ended up having to shut that down right when COVID hit, is when I shut that down. And so now that I retired when that happened. I was in law enforcement for over 30 years. And being in law enforcement, we were mandated to still go to work. And I ended up losing my daycare for my son. And so I was able to work it out and have, friends come and help me, and, find someone to take care of him while I was at work overnights. I also worked a couple more jobs. I was a safety advocate and would do watches at the jail and also at the hospital. So it just became too difficult to make all that work. And then I was also very worried about bringing COVID home to my son and getting him sick, since he is at risk. And so that's when I decided to go ahead and retire out of law enforcement. And I was a communications officer. I was not a police officer. I was a communications officer and emergency dispatcher, emergency medical dispatcher, all kinds of things. Anyway, I went ahead and quit all of my jobs and stayed home with Matthew. It's when it was just Matthew and I. This is obviously before I met my husband, since I just met him last year. But it, it gave us a lot of time together, and it's been wonderful. And so now we're ready to start maybe adding a little bit more into this, and that's why we're starting the business back up again. So we're going to do 160 for that. And it looks like I put the envelope in backwards. So yeah, that makes sense. I made these envelopes so that I could have them either way. So if I decided that I wanted to have them where I could see the money, then I could put them in that way. But right now, I just wanted to put them in this way, where they have the solid front. And then, because I like to switch things around, so I'll probably end up switching that around at some point. Donations, we are putting in 10. My husband takes care of the church tithing every Sunday, so this is separate from that. This is mainly going to be for, I live in small town USA, so I only know of 2 homeless guys here. There might be more, but I only know of two of them from working in dispatch, and I do still see both of them around town whenever I'm out and about running errands. I've only talked to the one. I need to actually ask him his name And that way it's more personal versus, you know, that guy. So I actually, next time I see him, I need to ask him his name. I haven't seen him in a little while, but I have actually talked to him a little bit and given him money, bought him something to eat, something to drink. And but the other guy, he's more elusive. I haven't seen him as much. I did actually see him the other day, but he was walking the opposite direction. I was driving and he was walking the opposite direction across a couple of blocks. So anyway, that is what this is for, is going to go towards trying to help them out a little bit, you know, as I see them. And anyway, that's hopefully it helps them anyway. So this is where I mentioned that I already knew that I made a mistake, that I didn't have all the stuff that I needed in here. I'm actually missing like miscellaneous self-care, see, dining out, gas, and there might be one or two more others. But right now I just went ahead and stuck this envelope in so that I could just put the miscellaneous in, and then I'm going to use my A7 to put the rest of them in there. So for miscellaneous, we have 25. Oh, see, I just did that. A smaller denomination up there. And then, oh, that's that for that. That's awesome. Woo, it's so exciting. And then right now we are going to just put a 20 in for dining out. And I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. We do eat out a lot. We need to cut down on that as well, but hopefully that is good for that. And then next time when we budget, we will we'll have the other envelopes put back in here and be able to get those stuffed and taken care of. Anyway, that is it for today. Super excited to be on this journey of this cash envelope stuffing. I really think that this is going to lead to success. It's going to lead to us being able to pay off some debt and save some money and do a lot of good things for our family. So if you did like this video, if you would like to subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. You can hit that like button and leave me some comments. You know, any kind of advice, I'm open to it. Since we are just getting started, would really appreciate any kind of help. And I will catch you guys next time. I sure appreciate you spending your time with me. Thank you and bye.